We work mostly with companies who have operational performance challenges that present themselves either at the bottom line in profitability terms, or if it's a public sector organisation in outcomes KPIs. We're a small consulting practice, so we focus on working with client teams. This gives our projects a certain longevity after we've left site, and we hear often stories where the client have taken these projects and developed them into something much bigger than what we'd originally started. One of the first things that we do is to introduce tools and techniques that allows teams to review their own performance. This is like holding a mirror up to the organisation. And it can be tricky because often there's a lot of pressure in these organisations to perform, and there's anxiety at an individual level. So we coach teams not to develop a blame culture within the organisation, because this can be very detrimental. We've recently worked with a company called Pelican Hardcopy, and we worked with them on their main production coating line, which had performance and productivity issues. We introduced the senior management team to an observational method of looking at their changeovers, and initially they were quite sceptical. But because we had such a good working relationship, we were able to work through that scepticism, and eventually they highlighted 147 additional hours of productivity that they could use by shrinking down their changeover time. That's an enormous success for any company, and for us as consultants, it's magic when you see a team get to that aha moment, and all of a sudden they can see what the opportunities are for them. It's the same message that we gave during the Society of Petroleum Engineers Topsides 2017 conference, that there are significant process and organisational changes that could be made that will lead to productivity benefits for oil and gas producers that they just aren't tapping into at the moment. We took 26 mining case studies from around the globe, because mining is a very, very similar industry in a lot of respects to oil and gas production in the North Sea. And we looked at these 26 case studies. They had developed some $300 million in productivity savings through looking at processes and organisation. And these savings were made without CapEx. There was no CapEx for new equipment, for technology. The project teams just used what they'd got in order to deliver this. Unfortunately, and we've seen from a recent PwC survey, oil and gas producers are focusing on new technology and capital investment in order to generate productivity returns. And in our view, this is the wrong approach. Firstly, go for productivity improvements through process redesign, looking at new processes and looking at organisational changes.